That's just for the volume record, really.
Yeah, we're just checking Roush's volume real quick. I still need to turn him up a little bit before we actually get this show on the road. Can you talk again real quick? Just checking.
We're going on a road trip. Where are we going on a road trip?
God, I might need to just turn you all the way up. Try that.
Pain, suffering, despair.
That should be good. That should be good. That should be good. All right. We are back. It's been like 2 months since I've got to record anything. But we are back. Welcome, everybody. This is the beginning of the 2020 ISCRO Sunoco Pro Series season. It's the start of a new era. Whole new field, lots of grid changes, schedule changes, brand new car, and a whole new championship getting started and ready to go as we are here at the first of 4 venues for preseason testing. As we're going to get it on the road, see everyone's improvements, and talk about the changes on the grid. I'm joined in the booth by the host of the Panasonic Light series, Permafrost. I mean, I'm just gonna end up calling you Roush. Let's be honest, we're not fully in canon here.
What's a cannon?
What? I think that's the thing on the side of pirate ships. I'm not sure.
I'm confident that's what that is.
All right, but we can get this on the road. 30-minute sessions apiece for 4 sessions, and at the end of those 4 sessions, the best of the field will get a small momentum boost in their ratings for the seasons, for the first half of the season. So that's real.
PLS painting is in full swing. If you want to adopt a PLS paint scheme to paint, just call the number 1-800-PLS-PAIN. That's right, 1-800-PLS-PAIN.
Nice.
All you need is Photoshop or GIMP. We don't really care.
Waiting for everyone to load in before I actually start going through the grid, but we are seeing Ryback and Chris Louviere, one of the people in the rookie field this year, getting out on track for their first times in this brand new Gen 2 car.
Anjado has been said to be a weird combo, or lineup, I should say.
I mean, yeah, they can be a bit weird, and with Thundersport off the grid now and them taking over, it's going to be interesting to see what actually happens with that team.
Not owned by Peter Onjak.
No.
Owned by his father, Hank.
But I think we should have enough people load in to start going through the official field.
I think it's been said multiple times that Peter won't go over to that team.
I don't know. When we start the field off, there's no one we can really start the field off with other than the reigning champion as he pulls out of his pit stall to begin to get on track for his preseason testing laps. This is Cordell Paulson, the now 2-time Sunoco Pro Series champion. First time I say it.
Isn't this the first 2-time champion?
This is the first 2-time champion in Pro Series history. Obviously, first 2-time champion in ISCRO history was the 2-time PLS champion, Johan Arndt. But Paulson is the first 2-time Pro Series champion, and he's coming into this season hoping go out again. People are saying the quality's bad.
This is the first time, though. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead though.
It says that my quality is at 720p. I don't know what's going on with you, Eric. But I think that's you. Yeah, that's you. Okay.
So this is like the first time he's like truly dominated a season like that.
Yeah, I mean,
we've known for a long time he was capable of that.
Back in 2015, he had the consistency to win the championship, but he wasn't a winner. Last season, he took that consistency and took it to a whole nother level, to a point where he was untouched.
I think he had that consistency in his first championship. It's just that the car wasn't as good as what he has now.
Yeah.
And so I think he was performing on the same level as that first championship. It's just that it's on a bigger platform.
Yeah. The team of Maverick has stayed mostly the same this year. Jackson still at the team, but has lost Peak Antifreeze. They've parted ways, and NTT Data has come along for the ride. But he's keeping his number 10. Although there has been rumors that he could be leaving the team at some time in the next season or two. He's still been going strong. He came home with a really good runner-up in the championship last year, and he's hoping to follow up with another great result this year, as he always does.
Perfect. This is actually perfect because his new teammate, the only change at Maverick Wolf, is right in front of him.
Yep, but we will talk about him in a sec. We should continue to talk about the returners, and the other one being Eric Monaco. Eric's back. He's got Kmart under him this year, along with Ineos moving from the 83 car now that Lipton is full-time with Paulson. Ineos moved to the 87, and Raybrake is out of Maverick. They moved to another team, one of the part-time teams, Monaco Honda Enterprises, the rebrand of Monaco Dynasty Racing.
Lipton really wanted to be a full-time sponsor because I think it was because of the title being clinched in their colors.
I realized my mistake when I said it, guys. Shush. Kmart, not Circle K. Or Circle K, not Kmart!
Kmart's dead.
Kmart is dead. Circle K, not Kmart.
It could be revived, if we're being honest.
And then lastly is with Philip Scott off the team. He's moved to another team this year. And on the team is rookie Tristan Wohoit, bringing Menards onto the team. This is a very interesting signing by Jason Wolf, bringing a rookie along 3 very big veterans to the sport.
I think this is one of the first times we've actually seen. Is this one of the first times we've seen like a rookie get all the way, a Honda development driver get all the way to Maverick Wolf?
Yeah, he's jumped directly to Maverick Wolf.
Didn't even waste time.
Didn't even waste time. He's got them rookie stripes on the back of the car, and he'll be running for Rookie of the Year. He's definitely the favorite as he leads Maverick. He was one of the strongest guys in PLS last season, contending for the championship in a B-plus car. He did so good in PLS last year, and he's hoping to come together with a good rookie year this year.
Won at this track last year.
Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He stole the win from Chris Louviere last lap pass.
So Wohoit, the first testing track is a track that he knows really well, as everyone trying to get used to these cars, and this is a great opportunity to do it at a track that you know how to win at.
Yeah. Like I said, he came back. He was like, I think he's pitted later, and he was behind Louviere, and he just was faster because of the tires, and ultimately ended up overtaking him on the last lap, last corner, or second to last lap, last corner.
Yep. That is Maverick. Maverick, not much changes other than that. There's been some rumors, like I said, about Jackson leaving possibly at the end of the year, but other than that, teams stayed pretty normal.
That's going to be the end of this year, though, so nothing changed there for this season.
Nothing for this season. Will Hoyt just trying to bring together a good rookie year. Move on to the second team in the lineup. The other A-plus team from last year being what is now Chevron Motorsports, the returning NSCC team, although still under management by Travis Scott. Back when it was Travis Ultra Autosport, and then before that it was Clever Haas Racing, which has been under Travis Scott for many years now. And Scott now running a 2-car operation. The team is downsized from 3 to 2 full-time cars, with William Duncan leading the helm once again. Duncan has been a reliable member of this team the last few years, ever since he was traded from Maverick with Jackson. Both Jackson and Duncan have ended up just become mainstays at the team they were traded to, and Duncan is no different than Jackson is. He's run really well these last few years. He's been really consistent and has constantly been near the front. As it just seems every season he's been getting better and better. He could very well be right in the thick of things for the championship this year.
He seems to always be in the thick of things for championships.
But this could be his best chance.
Yeah.
Continuing to bring Saya and Speed Energy from last year. Speed Energy has a few more. I think they have like 2 more races than they did last year. So they have a little bit more for them. But Saya still the leading, as that is a sponsor that's been attached to Duncan for many years. And then his teammate, also been at this team for a little bit now. This is Alexander Rowe, and he's bringing out the Haviland car here in Chicagoland. As Haviland moved away from Roush Racing Enterprises after, Haviland's owned by Chevron, and Chevron became the title sponsor for the team and became Chevron Motorsports. So of course Chevron or Havoline was going to come along, and they now sponsor Rowe for half of his schedule, alongside his normal Gatorade sponsorship, which he's had for many years now. And Rowe had a really rough start to the season last year, but he recovered to a fourth in the championship. So lots of question marks on whether he's going to thrive this year or whether he's going to falter like he did at the start of last year and just never recover. Big question marks surrounding this driver.
I'm in utter pain right now. My dog's barking for literally no reason.
Yeah.
The mascot's barking for no reason.
We'll talk about part-timers later since they're not actually in here. So we'll move on to the third team, the third A-plus team this year, a new team getting the promotion, being Roush Racing Enterprises. And it's a good segue because he's right behind him as Max Anderson, the 2014 champion, joins on to the Roush Racing Enterprises squad, replacing Aiden Shepard. This was announced near the end of last year. This is something we already knew about. And Anderson looked really strong last year, and now he's back in top-tier equipment. So he's looking to be a serious threat for the title this year.
And not only that, but another oil company for Roush Racing Enterprises bringing back Pennzoil to the grid.
Yep.
Shell's really been on the grid for a long time, but an agreement was reached with Fitzroy Australia to share Shell Pennzoil with them. So.
Yep. As after Havoline left, they needed an oil company to take its place, and Pennzoil was right up there, ready to go. And Max Anderson is, I'm terrified, honestly.
And
This
what's funny too is the owner used to drive for Pennzoil Motorsports or racing, whatever it was called in NSCC. So that's another thing coming back from NSCC.
Yep. Although his two teammates are staying the same. Tyler Thaber returns to the team. This is his third year at Roush Racing Enterprises. Also put up the board as Angel leads the session so far. But we'll talk about Angel in a bit. Yeah, he has such good consistency. He's never really up there contending for wins, but you'll always see him peeking into the top 10. Thaber's always just, ever since he joined Roush Racing Enterprises, he's always found his way. He's found his groove. And now he has Phillips by his side this year. Has a very retro-looking car for this year. It's his only sponsor, but man, is he looking strong for another possible top 10 points finish.
Yeah, Phillips really wanted to take over the full-time sponsorship. Wacos and Prism Mobile both were going to retract their sponsorship after this season. Prism was going to go back to the part-time car, but that didn't really happen.
Nope. So. And then, obviously, the team owner's son, who, although he's the team owner's son, he's a lot better than what that sounds like. Scott Roush. That would be you.
That would be me.
Leading the helm of the team. I thought in canon Scott Roush was Jock's son.
Huh. We'll go with son then.
I know that IRL you're the nephew, but
yeah.
But Scott Roush came off of a pretty good season last year. 2 brand new sponsors by his side, BWT and Coca-Cola, which is a huge sponsor to bring up. Yeah. And obviously, Scott Roush running those pink colors because he loves BWT for no apparent reason.
No reason whatsoever.
And Scott Roush hoping to pull together a full good season to try to just truly fight for a title. That curse still lingering in the background.
I mean, last season was a lot better for my standards, so.
It was a lot better, but it definitely still fell apart in the latter half, and we'll see. We'll see if you can fix that this season. You never know.
Mascot needs to shut up.
Then we move on to the A-rank cars, being led by, if I'm correct, this is Full Frontal Motorsports, and William Brock. Brock back at the team again after a disappointing year last year. His first ever year outside the top 10 in points. People coming for hard. He did. He suffered last year with Dodge. There was lots of rumors that he could switch away from Dodge, but here he is at the start of Gen 2, back with Dodge. And after contending for the title 2 years ago, there's still a lot of high expectations for him.
Yeah, you have to wonder if it was just a rest year almost for Brock.
Yeah, or maybe he was getting used to the new car. Lots of factors.
He, I mean, it certainly hurts when you come that close to a championship. Not many people really come back to finishing second, wasn't he?
He was second. He lost the title with 3 to go.
Yeah, no, like finishing second is known to be more harmful to an athlete's brain, so mental state. So you have to wonder if last year was that, and he'll be back this year.
Yeah. Full Front Motorsports also downgraded, like Chevron did. They have downgraded from 4 to 3 cars, but keeping 2 of their drivers with the Tabasco Fiasco car of Gatlin Downey. As Downey had a okay year last year, taking out the penalty he had, he probably would have ended up like 12th or 11th. Lots of question marks on whether he'll be able to perform this year.
We call it Tabasco Fiasco affectionately.
Yes, we do. Yes. This car is nice. Nice IRL throwback. And Downey just we're all just hoping that Downey finds his way this year, fully pulls it together, and has a good year. He was winless last year, and that was not really what a lot of people wanted to see out of him. So we'll see if he can truly pull it together this year as we'll head down to pit road. But
that was his first year in good equipment, though. So
yep.
Keep that in mind.
Well, technically his second year because he had that 1 year in the '99 years back.
Oh yeah, but still.
But
like his first real big chance.
Yeah.
Speaking of big chances, Shane Vincent.
Shane Vincent. Oh boy, he's back. Back in the 42 this year, one of the more aggressive guys on the field.
And what I mean by big chances is I mean he likes to take big chances.
Yeah, he likes to. Yeah. Ooh. Connor Monaco knows that all too well. But Shane Vincent, one of the more aggressive drivers in the field and one of the better speedway ringers, as he also fights with one of the more aggressive speedway ringers. We'll talk about her in a minute. But Shane Vincent, this is his 3rd year. Yeah, pretty much. 3rd year in the Pro Series. Shane has had 2 solid years. Nothing too amazing, but nothing bad. Yeah, we are 3 wide back behind. We'll talk about all 3 of them soon enough. But Shane Vincent just trying to pull together a good year. A top 10 points finish is something he's been struggling with. Something that's eluded him. And this year could be his year.
I'm just saying that in case they all vanish.
Yeah. But Full Front Motorsports, they lost Connor Hurley as Connor Hurley not only left a top tier team, but left the entirety of the Pro Series to go down to lights. So
kind of needed it.
He does. He suffered last year. Hurley was not that good in that car, as we all expected.
He's not
Nelson! Oh my god.
They're not racing each other cleanly.
This is not okay. These two being near each other is not okay. Speaking of A-ranked teams, by the way, Shock Allison Racing and Allie Nelson is next on our list. Allie Nelson, part of the rookie class with Woolhoit. Nelson had an absolutely blazing fast PT year last year, but it just crumbled apart in the back half.
It was only on speedways, though.
On the speedway, she was an absolute force to be reckoned with, and now she's here full time.
I'm just kind of worried about her. We all know what she can do on a speedway, but how's she gonna do on a road course in these cars?
Yeah, she'll really need to adjust to these cars quickly as we get onto the roadies, as they continue to fight with each other.
We don't know how she's going to do on other. Is that Cody Lamas?
That is Cody Lamas in the background. We'll talk about Lamas soon. But Nelson, really aggressive, insanely fast. She was, what, 4th at this track last year? Yeah. Fought for the win for a while before Petrov just came in and overtook the top 3, and now oh my god, what is happening here?
And now he's in, like, what, WGPA or something?
We don't really know where Petrov went. Everyone knows that the real reason was inactivity, but Petrov gone, and now Nelson hopefully going to take the challenge and fight for some really good results, possibly even a win. I could see coming on a good speedway here this year.
I could see a win, yeah.
But another person that we're all expecting a win out of, Alex Benyako.
In the Rowdy Burns throwback.
Oh yeah, we didn't even talk about the fact that Shock Allison is Mazda this year.
Yeah.
With a new manufacturer, brand new manufacturer to the Pro Series grid, as they lead the charge in an A-ranked team. As Shock Allison finally not a lower team at a manufacturer.
Yeah.
They are finally the leaders of their manufacturer.
They had really been getting everything ready for their move over to Mazda in PLS. You could kind of see it.
Yeah, this had been something that was expected out of this team, and they truly went through with it, and now they are seemingly a threat.
They were second fill to RRE for like a season.
It was like 2 seasons. Then they were second to Full Frontal at Chevrolet. Then they were second to Maverick at Honda. But now,
For the longest time.
now they lead Mazda.
Yeah.
So
Really, the biggest thing is going to be adjusting to being a lead team. I don't think there's going to be much issue with that because also working with those teams has allowed them to gather so much data, so they can use that to their benefit.
And then finally at this team is the guy who I've dubbed the timesheet zero, Roger Ray, with one of the most abysmal qualifying seasons last season, but he had great race pace last year. He just really needs to do good in qualifying. For the love of God.
Qualifying zero, but race pace hero.
I'm pretty sure he had like 3 top 20 qualifyings last year.
But
maybe 4.
But he was always one of the quicker cars on race.
But I think he like barely finished in the top 20 in points because he needed a good qualifying, and he hardly ever got it. So Ray coming out here, hopefully gonna have a better year with Mazda, keeping Dow by his side, but now he has Husky Chocolate as a secondary, the Disruptor, hoping to pull together a good year. That is the A+ cars, and
he just needs to pull himself together in qualifying, like you said. That's the biggest knock on Ray.
We'll move on to the other teams in the next session because we should talk about what's happened in this session. As Sean Angel is your leader. Again, we'll talk about these teams that they're on later, but Angel looking really strong in this first session. Obviously, Paulson and the Chevrons.
Let's look for his teammate.
Shane Vincent. I don't even want to talk about him right now. That's the elephant in the room that we'll talk about when we talk about the B guys.
Let's talk about Wolstein.
Let's talk about the schedule. What's happening this year? The schedule has gone through a little bit of a change as we've gone from 4 to 5 tours, as the international tour has been split into the Australasian and South American tours, respectively, forming a 5-tour season, removing tour bonus points, and it is just a full race to the end of the season now. And oh boy, it's the first season ever that has had more than 20 rounds, as the schedule was finally expanded, something that has been highly requested for so many years. Both in canon and IRL, so many years. It's been requested for me to up the schedule, and we're up from 20 to 22 rounds this year, as the dog just continues to, do the Roger Ray thing and disrupt this.
I hate this.
And we got some new tracks on the schedule this year, some new short tracks, some really old tracks from the NSCC, Darlington, North Wilkesboro. Why am I forgetting its name? Riverside, there you go. I don't know why I forgot it. Riverside. And it's just expected to be a great year, honestly. We also got some new tracks over in Europe and Asia. Calder Park's back. We got Sun Sky Raceway in Italy. That's one of its names. Autodromo del Sole. Italian name. We're going to the Dubai Street Circuit, not Abu Dhabi, Dubai. Haven't been there since PLS went back there in their first season. Lots of schedule changes. Lots of new things on the schedule.
The reason why we didn't go back because it was a temporary street circuit, and that was like a lot of that. Dubai is a very busy city.
But they're hoping to truly pull it together.
But that track's looking to become more permanent now.
Hopefully. We'll see. As we have 6.5 minutes left in the session, who is our dead last right now? I almost said Jay Durrell. That was Philip Scott, the 43. We'll talk about him when we talk about that team.
Why don't we talk about the guy's team who's at the top of the boards right
now? Oh, you really want me to talk about him, don't you?
Well, it makes sense because they're on top of the board.
God damn, I guess we gotta address the elephant in the room. But we'll first talk about the guy at the top of the board, Sean Angel. Back at the team, back with Canada Dry once more. And this has just been a combo. This Trailblazer and Sean Angel have been a combo that's just been so good together ever since they first happened back in 2013 and how they are to this day in 2020. Sean Angel still pulling together some great results. Although it wasn't the greatest season last year, it was not a terrible one.
It was not the best season that he's had, but you know, sometimes a partnership does have the down years.
But new generation.
Still not a thing.
Yeah, they're still BMW. They will forever be BMW. I'm confident of it. But Sean Angel really just trying to come out here and prove that he is not done yet. And by topping the boards here in Chicagoland, he's definitely proving that. And, oh God, I have to address it. After Wolfstein von Schaefer left to go, I believe he went to endurance racing. Yeah. He went to go to endurance racing, just was not doing good in that Trailblazer 7, and eventually he just gave up on this type of racing and went back to endurance racing and touring cars. And welcome back, Benoit Irvine, as he returns back to the full-time grid here in 2020. It's been a few years, Eric has caught that Philip moved from last to 10th. Benoit, as he pulls into pits with cheese balls on the there's really not much to say about this. Benoit is just a character. He's always been a character.
What expectations do you think there are for Benoit? I mean, I know what he expects of himself win every race, but you know,
Benoit has the crazy Frenchman has not stopped racing since he left. He's been doing a lot of endurance racing. And he's still got a hold of himself. He's still a competent racer. He's been in the sport still. It's just left the team, let Wolfstein take his place, and pursued endurance racing. But he's back.
He even had a replacement drive for Wolfstein.
Yep. He had one replacement drive last year at his home race in France. It was fitting that Wolfstein would get suspended the race before his home race. So he got to race in his home race with one of the worst cars that has ever taken the grid. But
never running that again.
On one hand, it's kind of insane and weird to see Benoit back, but on the other hand, it's kind of satisfying. It's very relieving to see one of the older names back on the grid. He is one of the oldest drivers in the field, and he's hoping to pull together another great season back again. But this time, the most key thing is that he's not in a C-rank car anymore.
Yeah, and another thing is that I was about to say it too. He's going to show Shane Vincent and Allie Nelson a thing or two about aggressive driving.
Ever since he went to anger management, he hasn't been nearly as bad. He went to anger management a few years back, but
I'm sure anger management is what caused his aggression to go
down. We don't talk about that car, Finn guy. But yeah, expectations are very much a question mark for Benoit, but a lot of people do want to see him do good. I don't think we have enough time to cover Ditech. 2.5 minutes, so we'll cover them at the start of Cardiala. But
I really wanted to just get that team out of the way so that we had less to cover in Cardiala.
No, we all know that the real reason is because you wanted to address Benoit. As Sean Angel, looks like everyone slowed down, so it looks like Angel is going to take away this session, I believe, unless anyone has a surprise attack in store to try to take the top of the boards. I think.
I figured since we were talking about Ditech, and there was a driver that used to drive for Ditech, and we've already gone over the team. But Randolph's going to be part-time in the 36 car this year. So just to address where Randolph is.
Yeah. Well, we'll talk about part-timers later.
Yeah. I figured to address that because something RRE's already been covered.
Yeah. Things going on, and as the session begins to finish up,
Aiden's trying to ride that wall. I saw him enter that corner like that.
Yeah, these drivers like to run high line, low line. I've seen them run everywhere. As Benyako zooms around the outside of Shawnard. Really getting it in there. And there are some weird names up here in the top 10 that we'll address when we get to them. But other than those, probably those two. Top 10's looking pretty normal. Pretty much what we expected.
Love's always been on my team, haven't they? Love's has always had some part of my team, haven't they?
Yeah, they've always had an influence on Rush Racing Enterprises. As 30 seconds left in the session, we'll go take a look at your current leader.
The unspoken title sponsor.
God do it. Sean Angel, Canada Dry's been with him for a few years now, and he's proving that combo seems to work.
Still dry on championships, so
no championships yet for Angel. He's got wins. He's got a Royale under his name. He's still had a successful career.
He has had a very good career.
As the session, there we go. We are in the cooldown period. Actually, was that the? No, I think we're in the cooldown period.
He was down bad at one point.
Last chance to make a lap. Last chance to touch Sean Angel. Can anyone take him down in these last 13 seconds? You gotta cross the line now, or you will not be able to set that lap.
The man from Hamilton, Ontario, looks to be on top of the boards.
Yes, he is.
He does it.
Sean Angel wins the preseason testing in Chicagoland in the first of 4 sessions. Very good to see Angel back at the top of a board. And great way to start BMW's year with Trailblazer. First and 7th. Yep, Roush peaks into the top 10 at the last moment, but it is a 1-7 for Trailblazer Motorsports here in Chicagoland. Very strong showing for the first session of the year.
Gotta remember, Lothair, Bean, and Angel worked together before. This is not the first time they're teammates.
Oh no, and they've been teammates multiple times. I'll just preseason testing. All right, as that finishes up our first session.
In some regards, you may say it, they never stopped working together, considering Lothair Beans never stopped driving for Trailblazer, really.
Yep. We're gonna take one last look at these results. Not gonna talk about any of these drivers because I do want to talk about them when we actually get to them in the grid lineup. But just look for drivers that you're looking for on this grid. It's a 39 car full-time field. It's actually under capacity, which is surprising, but we do have a record number of PT cars.
And that's honestly probably is why we're under capacity, if I'm honest.
Yeah, lots of people decide to go with the part-time route, which I'm glad that the PT Cup's getting popular. I am. But that is the end of Chicagoland's preseason testing, as we will move on to the Cardiala Raceway in Finland.
When do we want Finn Guy in?
Finn Guy wants in?
Of course. Do I just drag him? Okay.
There we go. Finn Guy's joined the booth as we're going to get started here at Cardiala.
They are now wrangling the mascot. I'm watching this.
And here we go. It is going to be a cloudy session here as we will continue to make the run down the grid. Waiting for everyone to load in though, and we'll see who will be the first one out on track here at Cardiala. It's the first time we've done preseason testing at Cardiala because previously the big international road course we went to was Noël Wapi. But Noël Wapi sitting out preseason testing, although they're still on the grid this year, still a fan favorite track. Cardiola gets a turn this year. As everyone's spawning in, and we're waiting.
Cardiola's like mid-season, pretty much.
Who makes the first jump? It's Duncan!
And then Ray.
The reigning winner here. What a fitting person to jump first. That is Willie D. Won the feature here last year. His first road course win since 2012. And bring in that speed energy. Yeah, with Trailblazer at Mid-Ohio.
You know, the team we literally just talked about.
Yep. And there's Duncan off to a great start.
But then, like, you know, if we didn't talk about Trailblazer, you know, he wouldn't have been the first to jump, right?
We're gonna now start to talk about Ditech as people have loaded in, and we're gonna talk about rookie Kyle Shuck Jr. Moving up from the light series. This has been a move long in the making for Pontiac's development. Shock has been in the pipeline for the team for a little ways now. He was part-time at the team for 2 years, up at when they were Travis Ultra, and now at the satellite team full-time, making his rookie year with Nintendo by his side. Only the second person, I think the second person ever to run Nintendo as a sponsorship, behind Philip Scott back in the early seasons. When Scott ran Nintendo, that was a fun area of time. But Shock Jr. had an amazing year in PLS at the start, and then it just slowly fell apart near the end of the year. But I guess the potential was seen of what he could do. He was easily the fastest guy at the start of last year's PLS season. Like, it was undebated that he was the fastest guy, but that fell apart pretty quickly as Benoit and Benyako both have issues with their car at the start of the session. That is not going to look too well for them.
What I find funny about Shock,
I think Benyako's out of fuel. Or I think
he and Ryback
fuel system just not working.
I think, at one point. And I say that because now they're teammates again.
Shock Jr. And Myler Ed Ryback.
They're teammates again.
As Ryback making his second year, his sophomore season, up in the Pro Series. And I mean, Ryback had a great year last year. He won a race. I believe he finished top 20 in points. It was a very solid year for Ryback.
Didn't expect him to be the first one to get the win, the first person to win for Ditech.
Nope, but he was a rookie winner, and now he's looking for a great sophomore year in this 29. Back again, the team has been upgraded from a B team to a B plus team on the back of Roman Rahal, let's be honest. And
still the massive dub helped.
Yeah, the dub helped out of Ryback. Rahal's incredible consistency. Tim Randolph.
At this team anymore.
Tim Randolph. But Ryback hoping for another great year, a great sophomore year. Although he won't be able to fight for Rookie of the Year anymore. He's still hoping. I could definitely see him getting a top 10 points finish if he really pulls it together this year.
He would have to. I feel like top 15 is probably realistically where he's shooting, but.
And then.
Top 10 is definitely possible, I think.
Yep. And then, of course, he's back at the team again. Roman Rahal, the 2018 champion. Moved to Ditech in a controversial move last year, and boy, did he help that team out.
100%. And not using number 1 anymore, but not that it matters.
Not that it matters. The threat is still there when they see that name Rahal pulling up behind them. He finally came into his own back in 2018, fully pulled together a few wins, and the title against Brock in the most dramatic championship finish in history. And Rahal now proved that title wasn't a fluke last year, was top 5 in points at one point in a Ditech. And that was almost at the Royale. No, that was at the Royale when he was top 5 in points, because that's what locked him in.
Yeah.
And then he went on to dominate the Royale in a Travis Ultra car. And
Absolutely murdered everyone.
This man is being seen, despite Paulson's dominating season, this man's being seen as the best guy in the field right now.
Oh, 100. Well, he is.
The fact that Paulson dominated last year and people still believe that Rahal is the best really shows what kind of pace he runs at.
Yeah, no, he is the best driver because it's not that he's freak. He's not that he's a freak one weekend and then it's like, where is he the rest of the season? No, he's always fast.
He was always there in a B rank Ditech. That was such an amazing year for Rahal. And now that he's in an even better car, I'm scared.
The better car can bring him better results, right?
Yep. And that is the B plus teams wrapped up. Ditech and Trailblazer there. And move on to the B teams, which we're going to start off. I see one of them ahead. I see one of them behind, but not the one we want to talk about first. That would be the 2 car of Chris Louviere for the new Onjado.
Roush Racing Enterprises development driver.
Yep.
Chris Louviere.
Yep. After Onjado has bought out Thundersport, which means that this is the third the second time that team's been bought out, and the third time we have seen, the jumble of ownership of that team, and it's that
team just needs to get itself sorted out. And
they play hot potato with this equipment. It was Epic Motorsports, then it was Thundersport, now it's Onjado.
Well, that's why it was Epic.
Epic Motorsports, ugh. But Chris Louviere, part of the rookie field with Nelson and Will Hoyt and Shock.
Not really seen as a rookie of the year threat, but I wouldn't be shocked if he shows up at the front sometimes.
Yeah, pulled together some good results in that 2 car. He didn't really fight for the championship last year in PLS. He was there, but he definitely didn't have the pace.
At the end of the season, he was pretty much always there if anyone made a big mistake.
Yeah, but that never came. Where did he finish in points? I think it was 4th.
I think so.
So Louviere just trying to pull together his rookie season, try to impress, try to prove that he's worth to keep here with Slim Jim and Dogecoin by his side. Welcome back, Jack Bignacco, to the grid. Been a while since we've seen him full time.
He finished 5th.
Been 5th. Okay. Yeah, welcome back, Jack Bignacco. It's been a few years since we saw him full time. Last time we saw him full time, he was under Fitzgerald colors, but he was at Red Stallion Racing. And back when he was in, I believe, the 21. And now he's in the 5 at Onjado, back full time. Finally, it's been 3 years. But Jack has returned. And
some people may say he was snubbed to this for a little bit.
Whether he's fully prepared for this or not, there's questions about that. He didn't have the greatest of seasons last year in PLS, but they have confidence in him. They know what he can do if he really puts together a good year, and that's what they're hoping for.
They've seen what he's been able to do with this exact team before.
Yeah, back when it was Thundersport, when he was in the 55, he got pole at this track.
Yeah.
In a part-time car. So Jack's not a pushover. He just needs to pull it together. And then 5 years at Roush Racing Enterprises came to an end, and Aiden Shepard now down at Onjado with Texas Pete Hot Sauce. It's weird seeing Shepard not at that team. It's weird seeing him in a different number and a different car. He's not in the 34 anymore, but he's still on the grid.
Still runs with RE pretty much everywhere else.
And he's one very hefty injury away from retiring, so...
Being forced to retire by concussion.
2 concussions to his name already, one of them here.
Yeah. Hopefully it doesn't happen in practice.
That would not be good. But yeah, Shepard just coming out here, trying to pull together a good season, trying to... Yeah, his fuel system's broke. Yep, and Shepard just... It sucks to see how far he's fallen. We really thought he'd fight for a title last year after he won preseason testing, but boy, that fell apart.
It did. he was still fast on a week-to-week basis. It's just that he never put together results.
The preseason testing curse, man, it hits hard. As Will Hoyt's the leader of the session.
Sometimes you would think sometimes it's a negative one instead of a positive one.
Oh, there we go. Willie D jumps to the top. There's that reigning winner. Roush is starting to get into the. Oh my God, lots of names are jumping now on that board. But Shepard, it sucks to see you down here, buddy. But we'll see if he can prove himself to get back up.
Like a lot of rallying stuff, like I've said before with RRE, so that relationship's not dead.
No. As we look at Bavarian Thunder Racing, who also downsized from 3 to 2 cars after Audrey Baranowski's left the team. Got poached away, but Fuller still here. Morgan Fuller with Starbucks. She's back again. She didn't have the greatest of years, but she showed little sparks of brilliance here and there. She still is showing that potential that everyone expects.
Right now, definitely.
Yeah, Fuller up in P4. Such a great session. You could see the teammate on that board as well, so we'll talk about her in a moment. But it's still an all-female full-time grid for this team.
She had like a she did really good in her second Royale, I think it was.
Yeah, when she was at Red Stallion. That was where everyone started to notice, hey, this girl's got something in her. She made it to the semifinals, if I'm correct, of the Royale 2 years ago, and
didn't she do something again last year or something?
Well, she's been peaking up. She'll show herself up into the top 10 sometimes. She has potential. She really just needs to put together a good season. And if she can, it's going to be tough. But talking about the teammate who is right ahead on the board, they are 3rd and 4th. We're talking about Grace Takayama in that York Peppermint Patties number 54. She also has Reese's Cup as a secondary sponsor on the secondary car. So that car's got 2 sponsors. The sponsors are flowing for that team. And Grace had a pretty good year last year. Pulled together some great results. It was a great rookie year, and there's a lot of high expectations.
It was weird. Last year, actually, I thought there was like a mixed amount of expectations for, like, everyone was like, she could do well. She could also do absolutely horrendously.
But no, I think Grace definitely lived up to expectations, and now the bar set a little bit higher this year. She's the leader of the team. Baranowski's is gone. She doesn't have that crutch to lean on of the experience of Audra. She's the leader now. She's got to be prepared to put together a good year and push this team forward.
Part of me wonders if it was a good thing that the teammate record got poached.
We'll see.
I'm gonna keep it $1.50 with you.
I'm gonna keep it $1.50 with you. But no, yeah, I'm expecting good things out of Takayama. We could see some great things happen with Grace, and she sits 3rd on the boards right now. Is that Allie Nelson in 2nd? Oh, big incident there. What happened to you? Oh, Jesus Christ!
Oh no!
Oh, that was just slightly too much. Big flip for Freeze.
40 just kind of almost looked like it parked on the apex. Well,
I think he's gonna be all right, but that was a pretty nasty one. Obviously, I don't even think we do injuries in preseason testing. Oh, that was a nasty crash, though.
Didn't expect him to slow down so much. 69 just did, and then death. Not 69, the 40. Didn't expect the 40 to slow down so much.
Yep. Well, speaking of Vince Freeze, that's the next team to cover. Is the C+ teams and Vince Freeze, who's not even on track.
Freeze, we are calling you out onto a track.
But Freeze. Oh. Well, okay, that worked. Didn't expect that to work, honestly, but we'll take it. Freeze had an amazing year last year.
He got in some wrecks that weren't of his own doing, but other than that, he had a really good year.
When he was fast, he was fast. something clicked in him, and I think last year was his breakout year, and now it's his turn to try to pull together a full season. Push away that bad luck, keep that consistency, and go big. Oh, God.
Brought up to RRE a bit too quickly.
Yeah, he was. I wonder whose fault that was. I wonder whose fault that was that Freeze was brought up too quickly. Couldn't be any of us.
No, it could not.
Definitely not. Definitely not. But yeah.
He ended up back at Ford anyways.
And obviously, of course, he won fan favorite again this year. He's Vince Freeze. What did you expect?
Something with that number 8 and fan favorite.
Oh, but along with two teammates that remain the same, this team basically identical as Dan Bartlett back in the 86 for another year at the team. Bartlett has had very up and down seasons. Nothing too amazing, but nothing that can be seen as bad.
Yeah.
But Bartlett, he needs to pull together a full season.
He does.
And he needs a win, for the love of God.
He keeps getting close.
Yep.
We need to get a win to pay off for the amount of seats that his ass has destroyed.
Yeah. Like, seriously, the expenses they're piling up. Just like the broken chairs, the expenses are piling up.
Yeah.
But as well as DJ Curtis, who's pretty much the same as Bartlett, just very up and down. Sometimes he'll be really, really good, and sometimes he'll be nowhere.
Windhelm was the same, but you know.
Windhelm's gone now.
Both Curtis and Bartlett are honestly like sometimes comparable to each other too.
But yeah.
They have their ups, they have their downs.
We are, in fact, missing the 58 of Hans Windhelm. Windhelm, gone.
Biggest what if in SPS history is now gone.
Yep. And now this team, first time it's been a 3-car team in a good while. As it's just Freeze, Bartlett, and Curtis this year. They were all part of the same rookie class. And now they're all teammates at this team alone together. Very interesting.
I think maybe the lack of the 58 car could probably help out the team a little more in the finance department.
Yeah, Duncan
Vince
did just...
Freeze is now pretty much the undisputed team leader, so...
Yeah, and God, Duncan did just set a monster of a lap. 136.3. But then we look at one of the new teams on the grid. Downey Autosport and PJ Karenko, reigning PLS champion.
Used to be Gatlin Downey Incorporated, but that was handed over within the family.
Yep, handed over within the family because Downey's running up at full frontal. Didn't want to give that up to run the team, so gave that to family member, and this is now Downey Autosport. But still the same team, running the same team leader. And Karenko, finally, in some series, had a good year. Won the championship at PLS. It's his first good year in ISCRO since 2013 at Fitzwater, Australia. It's
Speaking of good year, they're not here anymore.
Oh yeah, Goodyear's not here anymore. Fuck Goodyear. Now
Still supplying tires for some reason in PLS, but that'll be gone shortly.
Now we are Bridgestone boys. Yeah, Bridgestone now the new tire, and Sunoco fuel fully the official fuel of ISCRO. And oh boy, Karenko, the expectations for Karenko are another one that's just kind of
Don't know what he can do in this car.
We know that he can do good, but he just tends to not. But the teammate was the biggest surprise. Everyone thought it was just going to be Karenko Johnson remaining the same, but
Karenko or Ron.
Gerard Aron. I don't know what to say about this one. I'm not going to say Gerard doesn't have the potential to do good. He does. He showed that a few years ago. in the 91 when he got a top 10 points finish, which was a great year for him, and then he died.
The only top 10 points finish
And
I've ever had, I think.
he's getting back into higher equipment. He's getting back into the flow of things. We'll see. Can Gerardo run? This might be his last chance to salvage his career. This might just be it.
This is do or die.
So we'll see. Skylar Johnson staying in PLS because of that and going to be part-time at Chevron this year. So,
Honestly, this might-
oh,
Because there was that interview that she did with
it might be a good, might have worked out for the better because she ended up with Chevron.
yeah. And then, God, this battle at the front's insane because Wilhoy got it and now Duncan's got it back at a 136, 182. That's such a good lap.
It's a good thing you can't points out of PLS.
And then, yeah, Alex has had an issue since the start, Duncan. He's had a fuel system issue that he's been basically crippled, and he's not pitting with it. So he's just going to have to deal with being dead last.
That is the most unfortunate.
Now we're going to look at the C teams. And we got to talk about him. Fitzwater Australia Racing.
Last team for the session, I'd assume.
Probably. Sean Ard back at the team. He almost won Carmen Park last year. He had the potential to, but then Mylad Ryback said, haha, yeet.
Yep.
But Ard, like what was said last year, he was the most prepared driver to come from PLS. He had so much time to prepare. Rahal to the top. That's it. I'm scared.
How do you top that time?
Oh my God, Anderson! Oh, they are fighting for it.
How do you fight that time? Oh.
But
34, 36, 34. Jeez.
so Ard, it's just another year, good years expected out of him. It was a good rookie year, had some great results, and Ard is stand. There's Duncan to the top. First one sub 136. But yeah, Ard's definitely a sleeper. He could definitely have huge improvements this year. There goes Fuller. Oh my God, you people are insane. And there's really not much to say about Ard. He's just a very good option for Fitzwater. He's looking to take a really big role at this team.
Bartlett, by the way, is in 10th.
Someone just jumped up again. There was shock. Then there was Takayama. Oh my God.
There's so much movement. We gotta talk about it. We gotta talk about the fucking.
We'll get to him, but we will first talk about Cody Lamas in what is my personal favorite looking car on the grid.
Cars always look good.
Shout out to DJ Curtis for this car right here. Holy shit. This car is so good. And Cody Lamas coming off of his first career win last year.
86 second.
Ollie Nelson.
No, Bartlett second. That shouldn't be feasible.
And Lamas coming off his first career win last year in a ranked E car at Motegi. And now up to Fitzwater Australia. Duncan back to the top. Oh my God. How many times has Duncan taken the lead in this session? It's been like 15 times he's been taken out of that top spot and got it back.
I feel sorry for the Fitzwater Australia boys trying to get their airtime. Meanwhile, everyone's trying to fight each other for the lead.
There's a battle going on.
This is like a fight to the death.
And
7th to 5th.
And Anderson's coming back too. But yeah, Lamas, the expectations for him are just bleh. He could either be amazing or garbage because he was. You have Jenny Kuznetsov too.
Both. He was both last year. He had one shining moment.
And here he comes. The big elephant in the room. Benoit was an elephant in the room, but this one's bigger.
This one's a giraffe.
Welcome back, Fitzwater Sr. Zachary Fitzwater Sr., the 2013 champion, the original Mr. Consistency, returns. Oh God, Anderson. Oh my God, Fitzwater, after retiring due to his Crohn's, his physical state, his health. I guess they really wanted to see him back racing. They went through the effort to Duncan back to the top.
A previously uncurable disease.
Imagine wanting a driver back on a grid so bad that you literally cure Crohn's just to get him back.
Yeah, I know. Australia did that.
But yeah, Fitzwater's back. Not sure for how long he's going to be around from here, but the last season he had before he left was the best performance he had ever had. I would say his best performance he's ever had. He was 15th place, a win, 2 podiums in a rank C car. It was such a good year for Fitzwater that year. And now he's back. That's Grace Takayama to the top.
Just gotta hope that he can return and not only be here to be headliner for your team.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta remember, Sean Ard was there to be the replacement for Fitzwater after he retired, so it's gonna be an interesting dynamic with the team.
Ray Hall almost breaks the barrier. 134 about to be broken. It's gonna be Duncan, isn't it?
Probably.
Where is he? Where is he? Where is he on the fucking track? Oh, he's in a battle. He's in a battle. Oh, Lamas is having issues. Yeah, that's gonna disrupt his lap. Fuel system! Another guy with fuel system issues. Rail's still at the top. Anderson trying to close in on the 134. And Duncan's not going to be able to fully put in that good lap. 3 minutes to go, and there's a battle.
Ray Hall to the top. Was he already there?
Yeah, he was already there. Last time around, he had a great lap, and now he's catching Fitzwater.
Did the 34 close in?
34 closed in as well, and these two they're going. We just need to watch people who are coming down to the line. Let's watch improvement. No improvement. Improvement. Who's that? Shock is 10th. If a good improvement could actually get him up there. 7th, he gained a few spots. Did not improve for Takayama. Did not get what they wanted. Jordan trying his best. Benoit back out on track. Brock not even in the 135s yet. Ryback up to 10th. Baranowska's Rahal is here. He's got the toe from the 08. Can he break the barrier? No. So that means we look back to Anderson. No, Nelson! Nelson breaks the barrier. In that Jack Daniels fire number 6, it's Nelson who breaks the 134s. Anderson couldn't break the barrier. He improved barely. Wilhoit coming back to the line. He can't improve. Ray, 136 is still. But we're all looking for Willie D. 3rd, almost got it. Oh. Willie D keeps trying.
This is a very on fire session here.
Here comes Rowe back to the line. Nope, he's still warming up. 13 for Jackson. To the top for Monaco! Okay, these three coming back to the line in a very intense battle as Curtis into the 135s now. Shock, are you going to get there? Yes, he is! He's the 3rd to break the barrier. Shock Jr. Takayama's the 4th. There we go. People are breaking it. Brock a 4/10 cut there up to 17th. 8th for Ryback. Benoit coming back to the line. Rahal absolutely blazing. Look at that run down the front straight. But no, he must have got held up earlier in the lap. Big fights going on here. 30 seconds to go. Can someone else break it? Can Willie D take the top of the board back?
He's all alone, but I wonder if He got impeded by Thaber.
We'll see. Come back to the line for Ray and Angel. They've been together for a while. Improvement on Ray, but not enough. Wilhoit to the top. Duncan pulls in. He's not going to try again.
Alex.
Here we go. Cooldown period has begun. Finish your laps. Jackson, can you bring it home? No. Monaco cannot beat Wilhoit. Ard cannot. Can Jones pull an upset? He breaches the barrier, but he doesn't get the top. Curtis, no improvement. Louviere, no improvement.
A lot of these people must have been held up.
First for Shock!
How did he do it?
Oh,
I
54.
don't believe it.
Takayama! Immediately 3/10.
Clutching it away from Junior.
Everyone wants this.
Second for Ryback. Right at the end. Everyone put in their hot laps right at the end. Oh my god, Rahal. You gapped them all by that much? Oh my god, up to third for Rahal. The guys back here not even going to contest. They lost that much time to Rahal. Shepard into the 135s.
Look at Ditech.
Anderson still can't break it. Yeah, Ditech 2, 3, 4. Wilhoit, can he take it back in the last moments? No, but he will improve to second. Improvements out of those guys. 3, 2, 1, and Thaber. No, he barely gets a big improvement at the end, and that's the end of the session.
Thaber really struggled.
That one kept us on the edge of our seat. Grace Takayama. What a dub. It is Takayama, Wilhoit, the 3 Ditechs, Monaco, Nelson, Jones, Duncan, and Anderson finishing out the top 10. What a session.
That was a highly contested session. I'm actually speechless about this.
There we go. Look for the people that you are looking for. Here near the bottom. Oh, that Peñaco, that fuel system.
Don't know what else to say other than should have gone in. Should have pitched.
So much contesting right at the end for that top spot, and
Part of me wonders though if he had like air rakes on the car or something.
well, he was just having a fuel system issue, and he just never fully repaired it.
In canon reason why he didn't come in and fix that.
Man, what a session. Ooh, Cardiola comes in hot with a good session. In its first time in preseason testing. No, you didn't, Benyaka. You never pit to repair it. You just stayed out and kept running. And congratulations, Grace Takayama. It is Angel Takayama, the first 2 winners.
I was 10th. I finished 20th.
Angel 21st. Duncan had been taking the top spot multiple times the session, but 9th in the end because there was just so much going on in those last 2 minutes. Bobo Jones.
Bobo Jones. How about that for the 017?
He's shown what he can do today. And we're gonna move on here to the second and final road course. See how the guys on the roadies do. This is Phillip Island. One of 2 Australia rounds this year. And oh boy. It's a clear, sunny preseason testing here. And obviously we wait to see who's not only the first to jump. Rahal immediately jumps. No hesitation.
Not too far from we are not too far from a track that's returning onto the schedule this year. This is literally across that, like, what? Not even that far from Melbourne,
No, this isn't.
where Calder Park is.
And Rahal first to jump out. He wants a good session. And Phillip Island had a pretty good debut race last year, which was when it was pulled together for Paulson to win another race here. And Paulson, by luck of the draw, apparently has first stall, so that works out. Reigning winner here. Everyone pulls out, gets out on track. Let's look for your two testing winners so far. Angel on his way out. Takayama still sitting in the stall. In the Reese's car. Nice.
First time we've seen that one, I think.
Yep. And there's the Ineos car as well. Alternate schemes all coming out to play.
So what's the next team we got?
ExxonMobil still just hanging on in preseason testing. The RNG is not chosen.
Well,
oh, no. No, it chose Mobile 1. We just weren't looking at him that much.
Yeah, well, we saw him a lot. We just didn't focus on it.
Veer and Ray battling here. And let's see. Can we get a view on our next team being 37 to Nick Pericles as he pulls out for Southeast Motorsports. Pericles. Oh boy. Pericles came to race part-time last year under Southeast Motorsports during their PT operation as they were preparing to go full-time what would be this year. And man, that went a lot better than we expected it to.
Yes, it did.
Definitely went way better than expected for the team.
Pericles was on fire last year. In the 04, he's gone full-time again. Welcome back, Nick Pericles, to the full-time grid. And he is full-time in the 37 for the same team, same sponsor. Just new number this year. And Pericles, this team itself is just an amazing lineup. It is not a rookie or young gun lineup like you see out of some other teams. This team's a threat. They want to get through the grid. They want to rank up. And as a C rank team, they have a long ways to go. But with the lineup they have, they're going to fight for it because it's two former teammates that are out for blood. Mm-hmm. That would be Pericles and his teammate, the legend himself, Philip Scott. Moving away from Maverick to Southeast to join Pericles as they were teammates back at Scott's team, Scott Ganassi Racing, years ago. And now they are teammates once more. This time without... But this time without the mention of John Art, because John Art retired a few years back, and now it's just these two, the remnant of that trio. But they're only a duo, but they're a duo here at a C-ranked team looking to be two of the stronger drivers in the field. Duo and Craftsman on board the 43 this year. Pericles only has one sponsor as everyone's jumbling to get the top of the grid here early in the session. Bartlett for now, and Scott just doing his best out here to pull together some good results, pull together a good season, and hopefully maybe we'll see him return to victory lane this year. He's been winless for a while. We've missed seeing him in victory lane, so we'll see. The board. Yeah, he'll return to the top of the board for now, though. So now we talk about one of the privateer teams. Privateer teams are a new thing, as teams from PLS can come up with a one-car operation. They do not have to shut down their PLS operation and can only run this one full-time car. One of the teams who elected that was Curtis Racing and Sebastian Morandi.
Basically your free trial.
Morelevant is back. It's been 7 years.
Same number as he drives in a PLS. This car is.
Yeah, it's incredible to see Morandi back on the grid after all these years, after that one absolutely atrocious year at Spark Auto Racing. He's back. And surprisingly, expectations are high. people are very excited to see what Morandi can do now that he's had time to develop down in PLS. He's had some good seasons. He actually fought for the title at one point. He almost got it, and
Let me check.
I think he was third behind Johnson and Karenko.
Yeah, he was third.
Championship podium PLS.
53 points behind Karenko.
Expectations are sky high. It's just whether he can live up to them or not. And you know, that's the only member of that team, but another privateer team, as Mark Nutt, is on the full-time grid, boys. Yeah.
He's been at PLS, I think, since day one.
Day one.
If you're thinking of high expectations, Mark Nutt, yeah, good luck.
Most wins in a single PLS season came from this guy right here, Mark Nutt.
Didn't even win the championship.
Didn't even win the championship. Didn't even really come close. But he won the most races that year. And Pina Colada Nos.
107 points behind first and ninth place.
But with Mazda and the Freeze Racing team, oh boy, are expectations high for the 8-team team. Although they are a D+ car.
Let me just read out his stats from last year.
Fuel system is back striking again, this time on the 79.
3 wins, 5 top 5s, 7 top 10s. That means every time pretty much he finished in the top 10, it was a top 5.
Yep.
And most of the time that was a win.
God. When he's fast, I'm scared. It's just, he needs to be fast.
Yeah. He's not going to put up a season like that here, though.
And finally, Red Stallion Racing. We talked about him when he was up near the top of the boards in Cardiala. And here he is, Bobo Jones, Skittles and Sprint on that 07 car. This is the first time that Red Stallion has had more than one sponsor in a car. And they actually have 2 sponsors in both cars. So, very good on sponsorship because they moved over to Ford, became a satellite team to Roush Racing Enterprises, and Bobo Jones back at the team.
RRE didn't really have anyone else to put in the 08 though, so they ended up poaching someone.
I'll talk about that in a moment. Bobo's never really stepped into a top tier car.
He will at some point soon, probably.
I think it was mainly because he had that really great first appearance in that Royale for Trailblazer and then DNQ'd every single race in his part-time campaign.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't show up once in the PT Cup, despite the fact that he attempted every one of his PT Cup races that he was assigned to attempt.
His main issue is qualifying pace.
And
Honestly.
Jones coming out here, we're hoping for good things, obviously. Bubba Jones, great guy out here on the grid.
In a race situation, he has a reputation for outperforming his equipment. Keyword, in a race situation.
Yeah, he likes to vibe down with Roger Ray in qualifying.
Yeah.
Near the bottom of the grid. Yeah, I know Roush is quiet. I have him at max volume. I don't know what to do about him.
That's me. I can't speak loud right now.
Yeah, it's fine. As long as they can hear you. Fine. But Bubba Jones. High expectations, but then alongside comes Audra Baranowskis. The return of Audra at Red Stallion as she was poached away from Bavarian to the worst team on the grid.
Mm-hmm.
But with Motorcraft and Golden Corral, if I'm correct.
Yep.
By her side, actually both cars painted by Fenguy.
The whole team was.
Yeah, whole team. And Audra, it's a 2-car Red Stallion for the first time because Rank D teams are not allowed to run more than 2 cars. Rank C teams are not allowed to run more than 3 cars. That's part of the new regulations this year. And Audra, if she does as good as she did last year, oh boy, it'll be good. But that's what it's up to. She's got to perform. Last time she was here at this team, she didn't perform at all. So we'll see. It's definitely there's some worries. But with that, that's the whole grid. This is your full-time grid. These are all of the 39 cars who will fight for the championship in 2020. Some returning names like Benoit, Fitzwater, and Pericles back on the full-time grid. We got some really hot young guns. Wilhoit, Louvier, Nelson, Moran. Well, Morani's not a fucking rookie, but he's not even a young gun. But all coming up from PLS, and then we got some of the same old names. Paul Jackson, Cordell Paulson, Willie D, William Brock, Roush, Anderson. This is going to be a good year. This is going to be a good year. I can see it.
I think you say it would be the best season ever.
Like NASCAR was asking to jinx it.
This is the first time I think we've seen the Coca-Cola.
And yet, they've somehow pulled it off. Which, anyways, back to ISCRO.
Debatable, but Eric Monaco currently at the top of the boards in this third session.
This is the first time the 38 Coca-Cola car's been on track.
I think so. I think it was BWT for the first two. Coca-Cola out on track. It's the first time the Ineos car has been on track as well. And they're at the top of the boards. With Shane Vincent in second, Roush in third, Japiniako fourth, Wilhoit back near the top of the grid in fifth. There's one name who's been near the top in both sessions who we're missing in this session. Where is Willie D? 18th. Not too bad, not too bad. He's still there. He's with Bobo Jones and Benyako currently.
Not bad company.
No.
Yeah, not bad company to be with.
Although, Benyako not a road ringer.
Bo should be in front of them.
Yeah. Takayama and Thaber hanging out. That's a pretty nice combo. Although Takayama not really performing. We'd expect. We currently have... How many people are in the 129s? That would be 16 people who have breached the 129 barrier, with Eric Monaco leading this pack as he is trying to find a way around Benyako here. While in the background, Pericles is really trying to find a way out around Fuller.
Benyako not making it easy.
No, not going to make it worth it for Pericles either. Oh! Yeah, no one's making easy pass. This is not an easy track to pass at all.
Compared to Cariello, which was the session we did earlier, this is not a very good track to pass at, especially not a very high-speed track as well, which is actually kind of pretty interesting.
Easier to defend at, pretty much.
Definitely is an easier track to defend at, but
you really want to
tell the two different tracks, honestly.
Yeah, you really want a good qualifying around this track when we come here later this year. This will be in the Australasian Tour, Fujitsu Australasian Tour. We have sponsors for all the tours now as well.
Where are we? The goddamn NHL?
Finally selling ourselves out. Let's go.
Yeah, sellouts. We need money. But yeah, I'll go through the schedule here. I want to see if I can get it off the top of my head here. The year will open up at Road Gatineau. First time we are not opening in America.
It's in Quebec.
I think Quebec will be starting off in Quebec. Great facility. We've been out the last few years. Had some great battles. Amazing action. We had Roush versus Brock there 2 years ago. We had Jackson versus Petrov last year, which ended in tragedy for Petrov. We've had some amazing battles at that track, and it definitely deserves to be the opener. We're all expecting great things.
We really like.
Rogan does not even lose that day, honestly.
Yeah.
We love that track owner.
Yeah, shout out to Alexander Eulery. You're a god, wherever you are. Then we're going to WR Raceway over in Connecticut. Brand new short track. It is a square short track where you really need to put your elbows out if you want to make overtakes. But through testing, we've seen that people really do like to put their elbows out at that track. That doesn't stop them.
WR Raceway, they have it square.
Yeah. And that's going to be a fun one. A new track right off the bat after Gatineau. So high expectations there. We head back to Lime Rock Park for the first time in a few years. That's going to be fun. Lime Rock Parkish had some interesting action there. We had most notable of them being back in 2014 when Lorenzo Log dumped Fitzwater for...
Oh yeah, that must be some good memories there for Fitzwater. Speaking of Fitzwater, hey buddy, how you doing?
And he doesn't have to worry about Lorenz this time. As Lorenz...
Everyone has to worry about him.
Lorenz was the god of Lime Rock. He was so good at that track. Now he's gone. Almost won it twice and did win it once. So, yep, Connecticut doubleheader, and we move from Lime Rock Park. I believe we then move to Chicagoland Speedway, if I'm correct.
PLS is only going to WR though.
Yeah, I believe we go to Chicagoland Speedway. We've already been there in preseason testing. Great race is expected there. We had an amazing finish there last season between Petrov, Monaco, Rowe, and Nelson, which ended in Petrov being a rookie winner, taking his first and only career win as he is not in the series anymore. And then we finish up the Can-Am Tour in is it Nazareth?
Yeah, Nazareth.
Because
both series go there.
I actually need to check the schedule. Yeah, Nazareth. So yeah, I did nail that right. Okay. And that's the end of the Can-Am Tour. The Can-Am Tour, the first of 5 tours and the first of the sponsored tours. All of them have sponsors, as we would move on to the Rolex European Tour, which is not a 5-round tour anymore. It is a 4-round tour.
only goes to 3 of those.
Yep, which includes La Colina International. Fan favorite track on the schedule. Everyone loves the chaos that track produces. Very exciting racing. Had some revamps last year to make safety a little bit better, but still an amazing track.
Definitely not gonna ever go off the schedule for a really long time.
Yep, and it opens the European Tour as we would then head to Autodrome de Paris, continuing of its streak of being on the schedule in every single season. In fact, I believe it is now going to be one of 2 tracks to be on the schedule in every season.
I think so.
The other one being Vegas.
Yeah.
Oh, and Dega. Yeah. Dega, Vegas, and Autodrome de Paris. Paris is just... It's such a good staple. It provides good racing, and we all expect some good things out of it. It didn't used to provide good racing, but a repave really helped that a few years ago. We then move on to the only new track on the European Tour, being Autodromo del Sole in Italy.
Just gonna let SPS. I mean, goddamn it, I did it.
Yeah, it's very much in a testing phase. Only one of the 3 series running around there. We'll see how that race goes. It's expected to be a pretty good race, but we'll see. It's definitely the most controversial track on the schedule. Very much lots of question marks there as we head to Italy. And then up to Finland for the feature sprint at Cardiala, the mid-season doubleheader crown jewel event, as always. And there's really not much to say about that race. We saw what the preseason testing session did, and hopefully a race could be just as exciting. Known for some good racing and, well, Aiden Shepard's injury. We would then head out of there, head down for the... maybe. We might be going to the Cardial Club. It just depends on if we can actually complete it. But for the Australasian Tour, the Fujitsu Australasian Tour, we would be heading down to Dubai for the Dubai Street Circuit. Facility we have not been at since PLS went there in their first season. As mentioned, we'll wait into the pits, so let's focus on Anderson. And the Dubai Street Circuit, very interesting track. Not really a controversial one, because it actually provided a pretty good race in PLS. So there's decent expectations for that track.
It's not like it's a track we've never been to before. It's just that SPS hasn't been there before.
Nope. We would then head over to Twin Ring Motegi for the return to a track that gave us probably the most controversial finish we've had in a good while last season. As Cody Lamas took it in a fuel mileage heartbreaker. And we'll see what it can do this year. I would definitely say that Twin Ring is probably on the ropes for leaving the schedule.
PLS has already cut it off their schedule.
We'll see. It could provide a good race, though. Then it's the Australia side of the Australasian Tour. Being, as we go to, I believe it's Calder Park first, right? No, it's Phillip Island. Phillip Island first, which, you know, this facility right here. And then we would head straight over to Calder Park as a double Australian Tour. The return to Calder Park, Thunderdrome in Melbourne. And yeah, very exciting third tour. But then we'd head over to the South American swing, the Janeiro Auto South America swing, with only 3 tracks on that one, being Armour Digital Super Speedway, Autodromo Nauho Huapi, and Ovalo Juarez. Super Speedway, road course, and short track. Pulling together that tour with a pretty good lineup there. Armour Digital supporting some of the greatest Super Speedway finishes we've had. Nauho Huapi, obviously just one of the best, if not the best track on the schedule. And then Ovalo Juarez, which provided a pretty decent race last year. Pretty good schedule there. We head all the way back to America. The Sunoco Royale would follow, back at Homestead Miami Speedway. Tournament bracket being hosted for its third time?
Yeah.
Third time. Yeah. Because it was Roger Ray who won the first one. Allie Nelson. Oh no, fourth. It'll be the fourth one in this system. Because then it was Roman Rahal won it last year. And now we'll be going there with that system for its 4th time, as it's been such a hit. Such amazing racing with that system, and I'm excited. I'm so excited.
Then we get the actual round of Homestead.
Actual round of Homestead Miami Speedway. As the start of what is referred to as by the fans as the Boomer Tour.
Nostalgia Tour by others.
Nostalgia Tour by others, with a lot of the old tracks in the NSCC all returning, all on the same tour. But it starts in a track that we all know well, being Homestead Miami Speedway. As we would then head over to what is most likely going to end up being the fan favorite on the schedule, Darlington.
Yep.
As we will be over at Darlington in just a moment, because Darlington hosting the end of preseason testing, as that track has now met safety regulations. And, oh, there's a lot of excitement about that track. We then head straight over to North Wilkesboro, if I'm correct.
Yep, North Wilkesboro. Because PLS follows a lot of what the final stretch is.
Yeah. Yeah, we would head straight to North Wilkesboro Speedway. Just you're seeing the stream stop just because I'm going to check the schedule to make sure I'm right on this. North Wilkesboro, back on the schedule, has its safety regulations updated, although the pit wall might still be a little dangerous. Let's be honest here. It eat car. But good action expected nonetheless. Great track, great facility. Then we head to Talladega Super Speedway. Back where you finally broke your curse there.
Yeah.
The ancient...
How's it feel to be the winner of the Talladega Club there, buddy?
Happy.
Oh yeah, both of you are in that club. In fact, in fact, that's weird. The most well-known trio of Roush Racing Enterprises are all now part of the Talladega Winners Club, being Shepard, Finguy, Roush, as tire down for Anderson.
That's a good point, actually.
That team is just known for being good at that track, huh? And then, you know, Benoit won there.
Benoit stole the win from
His own teammate in the tri-oval.
That was terrible.
I still feel so bad about that.
That was so Benoit.
Talladega just... Talladega being Talladega. Then we head over to, yeah, that would just be at Moreno Valley. Riverside. The penultimate round of the season. Very, yeah. Yeah.
The only thing different about
Updated safety regulations, same track layout. It's just, it's Riverside. Good action expected. Huge sweeping final corner. Could see a last lap pass, last corner pass. I'd be excited. Could be exciting. Riverside been updated a little. Downey is now pulled in. Who are we focusing on now? Let's go look at our second. He's pulling. Everyone's pulling in. Okay. Anderson's pulling in because it's tired. Okay, hi, Ro. How's it going? Nope, Ro's staying out. So after Moreno Valley, we head to what is now only a one race finale. No more doubleheader. PLS is still using the doubleheader for now. But the Pro Series is not using the doubleheader anymore for the finale. It is just a one race finale again for the first time in a few years. But
just likes the whole thing where you have two races at the same track. That's all.
Yeah. And at Las Vegas is where we will decide a champion at the 22nd round of the season. And from there, it's going to wrap up and we'll crown a champion. Gone through your grid. We've gone through your schedule. Brand new car, brand new tires, brand new fuel supplier. Bunch of new rookies.
What do you mean brand new fuel supplier? I'd hope that Sunoco, who's been sponsoring the series, has also been the fuel supplier.
But I'll skim through part-timers here while we're on the after we get through the finishing results of this one, while we're in between. I'll skim through the part-timers, we'll mention them, we'll talk about them, and then we'll head out to Darlington to finish up preseason testing, as it looks like Phillip Island is not going to be as exciting. It looks like we're just going to have a very neutral ending, but you know, we need a breather after that last one.
We definitely need a breather after the last one.
As it just looks like Eric Monaco is just going to bring it home. A great session for him, as Duncan has fallen outside the top 20. He was looking to be the leader of preseason testing. He was the leader. I don't know who is the leader now. Possibly Wilhoit or Ryback. Or Roush. One of those three, I believe.
Might be me because I've been like up there in all three sessions.
I've seen Ryback and Wilhoit up there too, though. That's why I'm saying specifically those three. Fuller has been there in the last two, but wasn't there in the first one. So that's a point of struggle. Eric was, I believe, there for two, but not the third. Shane's been up near the top. It could be Shane. Oh, this is going to be interesting. One extra point, which doesn't sound like a lot for your ratings, but it could matter. As for the first half of the year, which won't end at Cardiala now, it's going to end after Motegi. That's the 11th round of the year. So after the 11th round of the year, whoever gets this preseason testing, their momentum will run out. Yeah, it might be Wilhoit. I'm not sure. We'll see. We'll see. As the session's finishing up, there are a lot of people coming out on outlaps now. So I think we could have a chance here to see someone eclipse it. In the last moments of the session, we're coming down to the last 30 seconds. Then we're going to hit the cooldown period, which I believe is a 2-minute cooldown. And then we're going to see. We'll do it. We're going to go to the finish line, and we're going to start watching lap times. So, Wilhoit, no. No for Mark Nutt, no for Ray Hall. Shot coming out of the pits. Duncan going on to a hot lap. Oh, it's a minute 30. You got to rush it. People crossing the line. Scott or Ron. Downey coming out of the pits. Roush coming out of the pits. It's too late for that now. Bartlett.
They're just coming out at this point to try and block other people from improving.
No for Bartlett. No for Morandi. Next person back, that would be Tyler Thaber in 9th. But I believe he's been out there a while. I don't think we'll see an improvement out of Thaber. As he comes down to the line No. Brock and Karenko, no. Jump back here to second place. He's been out here for a long time, though, I believe. I'm not, or was that his outlap, actually? Wait. Oh, no, he's not going to improve. No. Oh, Anderson jumps to 11th. Good jump for him. He's been one we've been looking for to win this session, so that was a good jump for him. Nelson jumps. Binyako, no. Shepard, no. Curtis jumps to 35th. Louvier still going to hold on to 4th. Benoit, Baranowskis, Ryback, 20 seconds. Rowe, no. Takayama, Paulson. We're watching Monaco come down to the line to finish his final lap. Oh, Will Hoyt came so close there. Can Duncan make it back? Yes, but it's not an improvement. Eric Monaco wins testing here in Phillip Island.
And like I said, I feel like people who were coming out after late were just trying to keep the others from improving.
Play spoiler.
Yeah.
And it's Eric Monaco. Maverick takes the top for their first time this season. Won't be the last. The first time this year that Maverick has topped the boards. It's Eric Monaco taking it home. This would be 2020 preseason testing number 3. Wilhoit Louvier, rookies up here in 4th and 5th. Let's look near the bottom. Who's that big last place? Sean Ard just never got a good lap in, it seems. Had issues all session long. But Downey was the lowest of the people who put in full laps. 20 people ended up reaching that 129 mark, including Fitzwater. Good job, Fitzy. All right, so that is session number 3 in the books. It is saved. So like I said, we're going to cover the rookie grid while we're waiting on this. Just for a moment, we're going to cover your part-timers. Just going to skim through them. Chevron Motorsports includes Skywood Johnson running 5 races, the only one eligible for the PT Cup in the 77, but also running Carter Friesen and Kenny Moma making their first Pro Series starts with Verizon as Johnson brings on Kellogg's. Tim Randolph with Roush Performance behind him with the in the part-time car for Roush Racing Enterprises, no longer the 37. It is now the 36 since the 37 is now owned by Southeast.
They gave it to Southeast.
Yep. Trailblazer Motorsports brings on Steven Thompson. He's not gone. He's just part-time now. But Thompson decided not to re-sign to a full-time team, but instead took a higher ride at a higher team, just part-time, to prove his worth, with Blue behind him. Chuck Allison Racing with Cole Scott and Christopher Cox, a one banger of a lineup there of Young Guns. Let me do that. Of Young Guns with Steak and Shake and Husky Chocolate behind them. 2 guys making their first starts up here, but 2 guys who are looking very, very threatening. Patrick Hollab makes his first starts for Bavarian Thunder Racing in the 45. He'll be making his part-time starts with Dick's Drive-In. Shut up. It's local drive-in burger joint, if I'm correct. Yuki Tamura makes her first starts. You can see a pattern that's been happening. Tamura will be making her first part-time starts with Gold Spark Energy behind her with Southeast Motorsports. Connor Monaco is now downgrading to the part-time grid with Downey Autosport with Target behind him. Patrick Smith making his first starts in a PT car in the Pro Series with Saba Sport in that D Plus Ford. Monaco Honda Enterprises with Peter Onjak and Ryan Griffin. Onjak making his first starts while Griffin going to the part-time grid after a few full-time seasons. They are where Braybrigg ended up with Honda. And Fallout Racing. The D Plus Nissan team. Nissan returns to the Pro Series with Diego Yepes and Xavier Rain Jr., the most controversial lineup on the grid. By far. Things are chaos. This team might not even qualify, but we'll see. They have Foster's and Tax Slayer. That's what it is. Tax Slayer with Xavier Rain Jr. behind them. as your part-time grid. 10 part-time cars. A record for the Pro Series. As we move on, the final the final testing session for preseason testing. This is Darlington Raceway. What a return.
I said it at the beginning. Should I say it again? About the PLS thing.
Sure.
If you want to adopt a PLS paint scheme and paint it yourself, just call 1-800-PLS-PAIN. 1-800-PLS-PAIN. All you need is GIMP or Photoshop. We do not care. 1-800-PLS-PAIN. Adopt your own paint scheme today.
God damn it. People pulling out, and that is Paul Jackson, who's going to be the first to experience the new Darlington facility with Nelson and Monaco in tow. This is where the 1 point is going to come into play. The Boeing backstretch. New safer barriers under the lights this year. Amazing facility.
Wonderful.
Has actually been in talks to become a crown jewel wherever it would end up on the grid in future years. There's really high expectations for this race. As Jackson.
We need to have a race here first.
Yeah, we gotta have a race here first. As Jackson down the back straight and into 3 and 4. Very unique speedway as well. As there really isn't an apron at this track. But
the racetrack is the apron.
But you really don't want to go that far down.
Yeah.
Because if you do, you're going to get off that banking and you are not going to have a good time there. If you're off the banking. Jackson. Oh, yeah. Jackson, Nelson, and Monaco were the first 3 out. That's...
For a speedway, this has a short track feel. Times.
It's a very high line track. The high line is the preferred line here, but people really like to take it. Like Nelson up near the wall. All of them are up near the wall right now.
The reason why I say it has a feel is because there's basically one groove.
I wouldn't say that. You can take the outside or the inside.
You can take the inside. I'm just saying that you all run in the same space.
Yeah.
It takes some muscle to get by.
And Sebastian Morandi tops it early. There's Nelson. That's what we'd expect out of a speedway ringer. Fitzwater to second. Good job, Fitzwater. Oh God, it's jumping.
Sentiment with Roush here, with it acting like a short track, because especially at turns 3 and 4, you really got to get like right into the braking on that corner.
Yep, Gatlin Downey to the top. And here it begins. You look at Downey. Bartlett now. Shepard.
Aiden.
Oh, Fuller almost in the wall. Jesus Christ. The rim ride.
Aiden, this definitely does feel like an Aiden track, though.
Look how close Fuller is getting to that wall sometimes. Now she's getting lower. Now she's getting lower.
You gotta remember who she is.
Sorry.
You first.
You know, during this practice session, I wouldn't be surprised if we see the return of the infamous Darlington stripe. Let's be honest, it's gonna happen.
Oh yeah, guarantee we're gonna see some people hitting that wall, trying to rim ride it around this track, because some people get so stupid close, like Duncan.
You gotta
really up into the wall there.
You gotta remember who Morgan Fuller is, though. She was really good at Homestead.
And there's Roush peeking into the top 10 again, trying to win preseason testing. This could be what he needs. Oh, that almost ended in a wreck. As that is Chris Louvier down the inside. That is Paul Jackson around the outside. But no, Nelson defends Jackson, but now Louvier all over. Almost in the wall. Jesus Christ. Y'all are pushing hard. I think Rowe is just noping out. Yep.
Yeah.
Rowe wants nothing to do with that.
He saw that in his mirror. Faber's going to get off the track as well to not be involved in the wreck. That probably will happen.
As it is Downey, Monaco, Benyako, Shepard, Roush, Irvine, Louviere, Brock, Vincent, and Schock. Again, yeah, it just seems like that this preseason testing might be between Roush and Vincent. Angel trying to peek his way in. As Trailblazer, a 6'7". Very strong.
It seems like
This has been like a strong outing for Trailblazer.
The Speedways, man.
Like the Speedway.
Yeah, the Speedways are really good for that BMW. They like that. They seem to have upped their Speedway speed this year, despite the fact that they have been known to be a road course team. So that's what you'd expect. But no.
Also, this is Benoit's team.
Yeah, Benoit there being team owner.
He likes speed.
Oh. Okay, he's trying to get an overtake here on Paulson.
Almost.
Nobody's jumped to the top in a while, though. It has been Gatlin Downey who's been just sitting there,
Well,
hanging out at the top.
This track is brutal on tires, though.
Yeah.
So
Nelson.
really your first like what 3 laps or so, 5. Your first 5 will be where you get your fastest lap.
But man, Nelson was at the top of the grid at the beginning of the session, and now she's 30th. So much shifting has been going on in the order, as Louviere just trying to stay out front of these guys.
It almost looks like her car is like tight or something. She likes to push off the corners.
Trying to just get clear into clean air. Out from that 87 and 10, which those two, obviously not a good relationship between Jackson and Monaco. Never really has been. Benoit, don't you fucking dare. Okay.
Benoit, please.
Benoit was 100% would, and you know it.
He would. That's why I told him, don't you dare. Because that's what I fully expected. Jackson's starting to back out. Monaco hit the edge of the banking.
But they're side by side again.
Hey, look who's got their stripe.
First stripe of the session, it looks like.
First stripe of the session. Let's go, boys.
Paulson has his Darlington stripe. Welcome to Darlington.
Darlington stripe for everyone, though.
Faber!
He pitted when Rowe did, I think.
Yeah, so Rowe could be a threat here as well.
You know, if they stop battling in front of him. Which they won't.
Oh, close. Close to an improvement for Rowe. So now Faber takes the helm at the top. Oh, was that a Darlington stripe there? Did Fuller just get her stripe?
Faber's all over her.
No, she kept it off the wall.
Faber's all over. He wants by.
Oh, Rowe just not improving, and now he's reached the traffic.
I mean, this being in traffic is vital, though.
Oh, Mark Nodd's got his stripe. It doesn't seem to be appearing on the car, but he definitely got it. He definitely had some contact there. Still, no improvement from Rowe, but he's so close. It's tantalizingly close for Rowe.
Faber, like I said, though, being in traffic's vital right now.
Well, now he's in clean air again.
Because you want to see how your car is going to do in traffic.
But I think he wants to win. That would be what...
You do want to win. You do want to win, but...
There we go. There's the improvement he was looking for. Up to 18th row, starting to click now. People are all starting to pit, so we could see some more jumbling around here soon. 20 minutes to go.
Like 2 more times we see pitting.
People want to make sure their tires are fresh.
Getting into a long run, though, I understand that it's not fast, but getting that information is what testing's all about.
Yep, people have to decide here if they want to go for that W or if they want to get some vital information for the season.
I mean, we know what Alex chose.
Faber chose going for the W as well. Ard has chose going for the W as he's up to 5th.
We know what Alex chose at Cariala.
Yep.
I mean, you know what?
Alex shows information. Oh! Mistake out of Rahal almost ended very poorly.
Gets that run off the corner, though.
Improvement out of Pericles, he's up to 10th. Shane is really going to have to improve if he wants to win the full of preseason testing against Roush here. I think Roush might win it.
Might.
Pericles chooses to go up high, Ard down low. Like I said, though, people are starting to improve. People are starting to get up there now. I don't think that'll be the last we see if people jump to the top 10.
Where is that?
Morandi and Benyako have jumped into the pits. Roush is 7th with Curtis, Duncan, and Paulson on track, approaching Sean Angel. They're pulling 27-4, so they're not exactly on pace right now.
I think they haven't pit.
Downey in the 26s right now. He's trying to improve. Oh, he's so close.
I hope I don't, because haha, preseason testing curse go burr.
Yeah. Fuller, Fitzwater fighting here. 32nd, 34th. That is Benyako in the pits. That's Brock got his stripe.
100%.
That's a 100% stripe right there.
And Bartlett get his, because he's slow. He might have given a tap.
Either that or he was just...
Stripes are not appearing because NR over. But yeah, they're definitely getting it. Waiting for someone else to peek into the top 10. Someone to put their hat in the ring. 17 minutes to go here in Darlington. Jackson is on track. He's running 27-1s. He's close to improving. He's got Philip Scott, former teammate, behind. He'll cross the line still in the 27-1s, but Scott improves to a 27-1-1-0 up to 38th. Ahead of last, which is Bubba Jones.
Where is Vincent?
Shane Vince, I believe, is like 12th or 13th right now. 13th. Oh, but he just pulled a 26. Vincent is trying to improve. Ryback is trying to improve. Morandi did improve. We're seeing people really give it a go. Oh, but Mark Nutt's holding people up now. Off the last corner, I don't think Vincent will improve here. No. Oh, we're going 3 wide for position, and Mark Nutt is back in the wall.
Really, that wall must be magnetic because he's attracted to it.
He really is. More pitters? More pitters. Ray Hall is in now. Welcome back, Duncan. We are in the final session, in the closing minutes of preseason testing. Right now, the battle for preseason testing is believed to be between Scott Roush and Shane Vincent. Currently tracking 7th and 13th. Shane would need to improve further from this point if he wants to win the entirety of preseason testing. Roush been trying. For on Jotto's sake, they have been doing nothing amazing. Sadly.
Oh, someone improved. Will Hoyt.
Will Hoyt. Oh, he was one we were talking about. He's in this thing now. He had been out of it for a while. We just thought that he just didn't have the speed here in Darlington. But maybe Will Hoyt's in the running. Imagine a rookie wins preseason testing.
This This is one of the stronger rookies.
He improves again. Up to 4th. Will Hoyt is going. He's on a roll.
But all that means
Nice
for
stripe.
everyone else is that there is room to improve.
Yep, that is showing that for everyone that there's a chance. Which means we could see people like Willie D, who is 35th, who was probably the leader coming into this one. We could see him improve. We could see him get up there. Will Hoyt now starting to back off his times, but I think Will Hoyt might be in position to win it.
Where was William in Phillips Island?
I think it was like he was out of the top 20. That was his one bad one. But he's been like right at the top in the other ones.
Just was curious. I have no clue what the averages are.
Will Hoyt trying to improve more, but it seems like he's run out of gas. But what a run he had. He's rushed up through the order. Now can anyone follow suit? 14 minutes to go. Bartlett a wheel down on the 86. As he's pulling in the pits, going to get that fix. Huge Darlingston stripe for the 01. There it is, finally rendering. Hell yeah. Big battle's going here. Oh, Olivier almost gives Freeze a bit of a bump. No times here that are really going too well. Louvier in the wall. Rowe not doing too well. Who is close to a PB? Who could we watch? Morandi maybe. Downey is disrupting him here though.
Morandi almost got a stripe.
These three are names that could possibly get in it. Downey obviously in second. He could try to improve, but he's not there quite yet.
Faber leading the session again.
Yeah, Faber. Well, no, he's been at the top.
Oh, that's right. Duh.
He never lost it.
I thought he got knocked off.
And Will Hoyt, right after his good run ends, he comes in to get more tires. He's going for the win.
He is 100%.
Will Hoyt is not playing around. He's not going for information. He wants to win this.
But we don't know what everyone else is going to do, and we don't know who's actually in the running. I mean, we know he is, but we don't know who else is.
Yeah, we know that they're in the running, but we just don't know who else is in the running. Downey trying to push his way on the outside of all these guys. Jack Bignacco and Ali Nelson holding people up. This might cause a crash, actually.
Oh, it 100% might.
Oh, this is kind of scary. I like this. Will Hoyt in the pits, changing all 4 tires. He is really going to try for this. People are scattering, trying to overtake here.
Jack's just annoyingly fast enough. Barely.
Yep, and I think Downey's going to get him here finally. So Downey will get through. Oh, the stripe for Bignacco. Oh, contact! Front end damage on the 28. Huge hit on the wall for the 5. And that...
in the wall, I
think that takes them out of the running. No, 08 pitting, slowing down to get to the pits.
Well, no, I saw him hit the wall in the background.
She did? Let's see. Did she?
Oh, she did.
Yeah, there it is. There's that stripe of hers. Paulson has his stripe still. Anyone in the range of improvement? Can anyone get there? Everyone's running high 27s. No one's there right now. But people are coming back out. What might be their last stops? Oh, tap on the wall for the 78.
Pitting.
Oh, he has left side damage too from contact from someone else.
He's been used.
That's what this track has always been about since its old days, is real hard racing. People are really gritting their teeth and showing what they have right now. Nelson close to improving here.
I mean, Will Hoyt can 100% take this from...
Oh, what a run in 3 and 4 from Nelson! Oh, slightly disrupted by the 37, but that was one hell of a run. Yeah, that would have been an improvement if it wasn't for Pericles. That was 100% an improvement if Pericles did not get in the way. Nelson is looking fast. Improvement for Roger Ray up to 14. Ray is on the move. The timesheet 0. The disruptor. Roger. Can he get a good run out of the last corner? He'll try. Oh, a block! by Morandi prevents him from getting a good time. People are starting to play dirty. Brock close to improving. We could see an improvement out of Brock. We could see one out of Bartlett. We could see one out of Alex Binyako. Jackson not too far. Will Hoyt's on his outlap. So he's getting ready to go.
He's going right now. He's got clean track right in front of him.
Of anyone I could see winning this session, it could be Will Hoyt. I think Will Hoyt very much could take this from Thaber.
I'll be fine with that. I don't want to win this.
There's his first lap at 27.5. He was battling with the 43, but now he's gapping him. Will Hoyt, how can you make this lap work? He'll wrap it around the outside. Huge run down the back straight as he continues to pull away from the 43. Can Tristan Wilhoit top the boards in his rookie year's preseason testing? I'm not sure if this will be enough of an improvement. No, he's not there yet. Keep it going. Keep it flowing. I'm about to disrupt Morandi's spine. That is a quote from Roger Ray himself. I'm just imagining that over the radio.
Interesting radio there, let's just say that.
I'm just imagining that over the actual radio. I'm about to fucking disrupt his spine. Yeah, I think Duncan is going for longevity here. He is not pit. He is just going. Doing his thing.
I think my AI is thinking the same thing.
Oh, Duncan in the wall. Yeah, I thought Will Hoyt was coming back down. He'll try again.
I think my AI has the same sentiment I do.
Will Hoyt once again going for it.
I don't think the 38's pit.
38. No, he's at 28 second lap times. He finally, after a lot of information gotten for him, is finally going to be making a pit stop.
Holy cow. You can tell he's been driving at this track in particular. Look at how much damage is on that car.
Yeah. Cranko looks a little loose right now. He had a weird line in that corner. But it seems to be working. He is improving big time. 33rd to 17th. PJ Karenko, big improvement.
It's weird because he looks almost uncomfortable in that car, but it's fast.
It's fast, but he looks loose. I thought his line was a little weird, and he is going to bring it down.
He was fast, but...
Shane's improving. Shane wants to go for the win of preseason testing.
Go for it.
27-0. He just needs one good, clean lap here. Not disrupted by anyone ahead. How fast is Downey? A little slow, but I'm not sure if he's slow enough to disrupt him here. I'm not sure if Vincent will reach him in time. Instead, he might just give him a tow. Oh, what a run!
Ooh, what a run.
Way down low, out of the corner. Is this enough to improve? No! Shane, you're so close. Brock's trying to improve as well. So many people are tantalizingly close. No, he kept it off.
I thought he was done.
Ryback's in the wall, though. He gets his stripe. Duncan back in the wall. He's starting to struggle now.
I think he's about ready to bring it in.
Yeah, he's got like no grip left in that car. You gotta come in, Duncan. Yeah.
He ran the same lap time almost that I ran before I came in.
And you had damage too.
So
does Thaber have this? Thaber back in. Once again, we look for Shane Vincent and Tristan Wilhoit. Wilhoit is back out again in clean air this time. Let's go on board with Wilhoit here for a bit. Let's see if he can put together the lap he wants. That deep engine sound of these new Gen 2 cars.
PLS still uses the X pipe as he gets interrupted by the 48.
He'll highline it here. He could get a good run to start his next lap, though.
That's another thing. I wonder if
There's a lap of Darlington. Oh, he's close. He's close.
part of me wonders if a different engine sound too is a little off-putting. Not a lot, but a little. I'm not making excuses for him by any means. He's doing great.
Yeah, and Wilhoit's doing fantastic in his rookie debut in preseason testing.
I'm just wondering if that would ever be like a little off-putting to like a rookie.
Back to the line. No. He's so close. Let him have it. Come on. Give him a good one. Shane Vincent. He's getting around the 27th. So many people have been so close to a big improvement, but they're just not there.
Track's just not big enough.
They're either not just there or someone's there just to impede them.
Yep. Ray is done improving. He's out of his range of improvement. 4 minutes left to go in the final session.
People would say, like, you know, oh, I'd improve if there wasn't a car in front of me. Well, that's the thing. You're at Darlington. It feels like almost all the time it's just like a traffic jam.
Scott's improving. Scott's on to 26.906, up to 13th for Philip Scott. Scott Roush is in 26.9s. Everyone up here is on decent lap times. This pack right here is a good one.
I got aggressive with that push.
Oh yeah, Roush wants to get in clean air. Maybe he's trying to go for a hot lap here now. He got his information. He got what he needed. And with his last set of tires. Oh my God! Jesus!
I saw that, and that's why I said please no.
And there we go, Roush into clean air. Now he'll get maybe 1 or 2 clean laps before his tires degrade. We're looking at that top 10. No changes. There's been changes outside the top 10. As some people have butted their head near the top of the top 20. Downey is in second currently. Downey's up ahead. He is on an outlap right now. He could be getting on a hot lap soon. He won't disrupt Roush. He might end up being faster than Roush. Tied his lap from last lap. Roush still at a 27.1 flat. Downey getting up to speed. And now Roush might be getting the toe off of a fast Downey. And this combo might work. But Mark Nutt's the bigger worry, actually.
For Downey.
And now soon to be Roush. But now Roush's clean laps are starting to dwindle. He's in the 26s now. He's close. So is Philip Scott. They're both close. They're almost in the wall. They're pushing it to the absolute limit. Look at how close they're getting. They're pushing. Roush is just going to go for the dive now. No, he's going to forfeit it right there. He didn't even want to deal with the lapper. He knew he didn't have a chance. But Scott had such a good run on the outside there. Went around the outside. No improvement still. Oh my God, everyone's so close. But it's not happening. It's just not happening.
And where I was going to go with what I was starting with is like, everyone says that, like I said, it's a traffic jam. The track's not big enough for everyone to have a clean lap. Someone's going to be stuck behind someone.
Yep.
And that's part of what we love about Darlington.
It ain't a wide track.
It's not wide either. No, it is not.
It's not like Chicagoland, where Chicagoland has a lot of space for you to go up, down, all around. You can do a lot at Chicagoland. Not here.
This is the anti
Yeah.
Chicagoland.
This place is not easy to do what you want to do. And right now, Bobo Jones, who was actually in contention to win preseason testing, keep in mind, looks like he's not going to get what he wants here. Dead last. 1 minute left. We're back to just watching the line. What I'm going to do?
I really would rather not win this.
We're going to do something fun here. As we watch people come down to the line. Can I get a better camera? Not really. Okay, never mind. I wanted to try to like control N on the finish line, but I can't really get a good spot. There we go. As they're coming down, we're just gonna watch that leaderboard as people fly by. Ray Hall, comes through. Nothing. Shane. Nothing. Will Hoyt. Big name. Nothing. Benyako. Brock. Oh, there's a wreck! Morandi's around! In the closing moments. Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
No, 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 no! Oh!
Oh,
Ba-da-ba-da-ba.
that is the most unfortunate.
Probably gonna get a replay of that.
We'll get a replay after it's over. 10 seconds left. Can anyone do anything? I don't think so. I think that Tyler Thaber wins the session, the final session of the day. Good job, Tyler Thaber. And I don't know who won preseason testing. I would have to say it's between Will Hoyt, Roush, Vincent.
I'd rather not win this.
Maybe Monaco as well.
I'd rather not win this.
So let's go see what happened there. We're gonna go let it do that. Let it just, there we go. Let it Thanos snap the field and then head back. What happened to you?
Thanos in attendance.
So Morandi was slow. They came up on,
BMWs.
oh, into the wall, and around he goes. And then
He did set a lap. How was the lap? 30 seconds. Not sure what he was doing.
Morandi did not re-enter the track safely there. But ending the session, Tyler Faber wins this session. Looking through, look for any names that you're looking for as I scroll through the list. Fuller and Fitzwater near the bottom. Nelson near the bottom. Duncan 38th. He's out of the running for preseason testing. Paulson was really not anywhere in preseason testing. Looks like he was just trying to get some information. And that is the session. That is preseason testing. That is the end of preseason testing, as we will be getting prepared for the official season now. We'll head out to Canada, to Road Gatineau, where we will have practice, qualifying, the duels, and then opening the season to start the 2020 season. And this is where it all started. This is where we'll see who gets the boost going to the season, and we'll see if someone can break the preseason testing curse, whoever it is. Congratulations to Thaber winning a session. Congratulations to Sean Angel, Grace Takayoma. God, Grace Takayoma. I believe it was Eric Monaco and Tyler Thaber winning your sessions, respectively. Good sessions for all of you, and Will Hoyt had a great showing out here in his rookie performance. I'm probably going to head off into the paddock while I do some calculations to see who won preseason testing. So I'll see you all in the paddock in a moment, whoever's there. And we will see you all next time for the start of the 2020 season at Road Gatineau. Next time